What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I got some new news for you, some surprising news. Billy Joe Saunders has agreed to fight Demetrius Andrade for the 160-pound championship. The reason what makes this surprising is these guys have rival promoters. You have Frank Warren, then you have Eddie Hearn. In the past, they haven't got along. They haven't seen eye to eye with certain fighters and certain fights. This particular time it has. So this is a great accomplishment, and a barrier has been broken because, these guys are working together. Think of it like this: for people that watch boxing back in the day, think of Trinidad and De La Hoya, right? Trinidad was with Don King, De La Hoya was with Bob Arum, and those guys normally hardly ever got along, and they normally just fought within their own stables, right? Well, this is a new day, and I'm glad this is happening, and I think it's mainly because of Eddie Hearn with all this money that he has from DZNE to throw around. You know what I mean? With money, money talks, bullshit runs a marathon, right? So that's what they say, and I believe this is what happened and why it's happening. So regardless of what you think about the DZNE app and all this, and the DZNE launch itself, you can't take away this fight has been made and normally doesn't get made. So that's something, that's something to say about it, right? And I guess we're going to be getting the DZNE app for $10 a month because, who doesn't want to see Boo Boo Andrade fight Billy Joe Saunders? Both of these guys undefeated. You got Billy Joe Saunders, he's like 25 and 0 with 12 knockouts. You got 26 and 0 with 12 knockouts. Then you got Boo Boo Andrade with 25 and 0 with 16 knockouts. Both of these guys are undefeated. The question is, they're both southpaws. But what I think about with Boo Boo Andrade, can he handle someone just as slick, as quick as him? So this will be, I figure for the most part, just looking at, without looking at any tapes of these guys, just thinking about their styles, it will be a chess match. It will be something like an Austin Trout, Landy Lara kind of fight. Or if Mayweather fought Lara or something like that, it'll be because a boxer versus a boxer. They're both slick. They're both southpaw. They both have long reach. They're both big as hell. And they're fast, they're skilled. So it's a 50-50 fight thus far. You know what I mean? I'm just excited to see the fight. Once again, Billy Joe Saunders, he does have to come over, or out of his comfort zone, away from the UK, which is smart, which is really smart, because he's done that already. He's popped that cherry. He went to Canada. He defeated David Lemieux with flying colors. Andrade, the question is, he hasn't fought since October of last year. So you got to ask yourself, well, what kind of condition will he be in? You know what I mean? He's a good fighter, but he's had his own trials of inactivity. Will that play a factor in this fight? Billy Joe Saunders, and especially in a fight of this magnitude, Billy Joe comes prepared. So people can say what they want to say about Billy Joe. When he fought David Lemieux, he was prepared. Now, if Demetrius Andrade was a pushover, the chances are he might come in a little out of shape or a lot out of shape. But I doubt that he'll do that on this particular fight, because Boo Boo Andrade, he's undefeated for a reason. He beat Keith Thurman in the amateurs. He's been avoided all through 154, and honestly, I think he did price himself out with the Charlo fight. But a lot of fighters have avoided him. Canelo avoided him. The Lara fight didn't get made for some strange reason. And he's now at 160, which was a smart move. And let's just hope he acclimated to this weight, because 154 and 160 is two totally different weight classes for those who don't know. You got guys, because when you balloon up and you make weight, you're a lot bigger than your weight anyway. So that's just, you think of it from whatever weight that you weighed in at, that's just, you got to subtract the difference, right? So 154 to 160. If you weigh in at 160 and versus 154, you're going to gain a certain amount of weight, okay? So you'll gain that much weight just minus that weight class. So if he normally comes in at 154 and now he's at 160, you have to subtract 6 pounds from that. So you're 6 pounds heavier than your increased weight, unless someone just massively balloons up, right? So So let's see if he's ready for that, if he can take that type of punch, you know, from a guy that weighs in that much. Because again, Billy Joe is a big guy. Demetrius Andrade is a tall guy, you know what I mean? And I think that would benefit him because he's tall, you know, he's rangy, he's 6'1", you know what I mean? Billy Joe's like 5'11". So these are two tall dudes, you know. But yeah, I'm just happy to see the fight been made. These are the type of videos I would like to make. I don't like to make about, oh, I don't know if it'll happen, who's ducking who. I like to make exact, tangible news, something that you can use, something that you can say, hey, yeah, this fight's going on. You know, this fight's happening. But yeah, but this really what separates the men from the boys, because again, this is the middleweight division. So whoever wins this WBO has a bargaining chip for the winner of Canelo and Golovkin, you know. And then let's hope it's Golovkin, because if Golovkin can beat Canelo, again, if he can beat Canelo this time decisively by the cards, there's a good chance you might see an Andrade fight, you know, if Andrade can get past Billy Joe Saunders. And then that's no easy task. So, you know, but if Canelo wins, you look at it, you know, Canelo will fight particular guys, because again, Canelo was once again at 154, you know, and he avoided Andrade. So, you know, if Andrade gets the WBO and then he gets all these other belts from Golovkin by decision in him, you know, the chances are slim to none, because someone with the superstar status of Canelo Alvarez, you know, will claim he doesn't need the belts to define who he is. So that would be his excuse, to me, my opinion, for not fighting Andrade or whoever has that WBO belt. So let's hope it's Golovkin or whatnot, you know, and that's just a theory. Canelo could just come out, but I think he has his mouth full of southpaws, because, you know, the Lara fight, you know, of course, he didn't want a rematch between the Lara fight. I just don't want to make this video about Canelo, but I just want to let you guys, fill you guys in on what else is happening at 160, you know, in comparison to this fight being made. You know, there has to be a winner of this fight. So whoever this winner is runner up for whoever wins that fight. Okay, so, you know, that looks good, that looks promising. And there's, of course, you got you got Jamal Charlo there, you know, and you know, you got Canelo, Golovkin. And I look at all this is a tournament, basically, you know what I mean? Because somebody has to fight someone, you know, and the winner has to fight, and unification is always the elephant in the room. So let's make that fight happen. But again, congratulations to Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren and Demetrius Andrade and Billy Joe Saunders for getting this fight done, you know. But that's my take on it, guys. You guys tell me what you think about this particular agreement. Please subscribe, and you guys been counterpunched. Peace.